We are all of us invented. We are all of us cobbled together from cartilage and dust. Few of us know the name of our maker, but I do. Bram Stoker, born 8 November 1847, Dublin, a sickly child who loved his mother, a young man who, like all young men, fell in with a crowd. Yes, that crowd. That theater crowd! And our young Bram entered the theatrical profession in as low and as base a manner as one possibly can. As a critic. In 1897, at age 50, Bram Stoker published what would in time become his definitive work. And in doing so, he made me. And he gave me a name. Renfield. And he gave me something more. Something that so many of you wish for, pray for, beg for, and yet will never attain. Immortality. I've never forgiven him that!
I've been told that this region, known as Transylvania, is one of the wildest and least known portions of Europe. How fortunate my work allows me such exotic trips to strange and distant countries. And the food. Tonight I had an eggplant stuffed with forcemeat, which they called impletada. Before you can ask, the answer is yes. I did get a copy of the recipe for you. After dinner, a strange old woman, reeking of garlic, took me aside and told me that
tomorrow is St. George's Day. You must not go and visit the Count.
At midnight, and spirits will rise.
Evil will hold sway over the world.
Such amusing pagans these people are. She went so far as to press a rosary into my hands, which I've kept as a souvenir of the delightful earnestness of these simple, misguided souls. Oh, my sweet Mina, how my heart rejoices at the thought of you. I shall be home safely and soon, your loving husband to be.
Jonathan! Oh, Mina, not only my heart rejoices.
Lucy, you're mad.
Oh, but oh, so much more of me. You fill me up with delicious longings.
Not till we're married, I told you.
Married in the eyes of home.
In the eyes of the moon.
Which is rich and full of permission. Now what do you say of me?
Come, and let me have all of you.
Oh, Mina! Go He's well versed in the arts of dream interpretation and hypnosis. Oh, I can just imagine what a wonderful hold he must have over his patients.
Lucy, what will you do?
Oh, why can't they save a girl all this trouble and let her marry 3 men at once? I know it's heresy, and I must not say it, but all this happiness has made me so utterly miserable.
So have hope, sweet Lucy. My love is away, your loves are too near. We shall mingle our tears together.
My dear Lena, what a place I'm in. Mr. Dockers never know what a grand job he assigned to me. The carriage came as scheduled, the coachman loaded my things in silence and took off into the night. The cold air was pierced by the thrilling call of wolves, seemingly hundreds of them. And indeed, when I lit a match to look at my watch, the reflection on the carriage window gave the illusion of hundreds of pairs of red eyes, staring from the hillsides around me. It gave me a wonderful fright. When we reached the castle, I tried but failed to see the coachman's face. He lifted all my belongings with a single hand, and when I mentioned the swiftness of his horses, his only reply was,
"The dead travel fast."
For his part, the Count was ever so cordial, and, seeing my fatigue, led me directly to this room. It is well appointed and not like a home in England, except for the complete absence of mirrors. We can learn, I'm sure, to dispel the absence of vanity.
Do call me John, won't you? I'm sorry I disturbed you yesterday. It was impulsive of me.
Not at all. I was
Indisposed. The maid told me.
sickly, actually.
In what way? A fever?
Oh, yes. A fever.
And now? Are you feeling better now?
Well, I don't know. Am I? Well,
There is but one thing out of the ordinary.
and what is that?
Your incomparable beauty.
Oh,
You are not ill, Lucy. It is I who carry an illness. It eats away at me every day and night, and its only remedy resides in the very heart which afflicts me. Your heart. May I speak? My dear Lucy, let me say it out loud. I work with lunatics. An amusing statement, yes. A cavalier admission in the eyes of the world, but the world does not see what I see. For each day, in ways too intricate to mention, I glimpse the mad souls of men. And from this I have learned the following. We have, each of us, a secret life. And though we are loath to divulge it, we do on occasion grant access. We do in rare and remarkable ways allow one person proximity to our hidden self. What I know of you, Lucy, is terribly dear to me. And what I will never know of you is dearer still. So please, accept me, and be cherished above all women. Bid me stay and be to your final days adored. Oh, that I be struck dumb! That I be swept away to sea and pummeled into driftwood! My sweet, kind-hearted Lucy, I have brought tears in the very eyes where I least intended them. I am a brute. I am carrion for vultures and worms. You cannot love me at the present. That is the clear and stinging prognosis, and I must accept it. But tell me, dare I hope? Could you learn to love me in time? There is someone else. Your heart, making way for your hand, is previously betrothed. Am I right, dear Lucy? I feared that. Two forever gain, at the loss of a third. Hear me now. From this moment on, your happiness is my fondest wish. If your heart was free, a man might have hope, but in place of hope, I give you something far stronger and eminently wiser. I give you my friendship, and whatever you need of it shall be yours for the asking. And in return, if I might have a remembrance, something like your mirror, which has held your image so vividly as I. That kiss, sweet Lucy. That will be something to keep off the darkness. That is done, then. We have been rebuffed. The world is empty, and there is nothing left worth doing. Fortunately, there is one way in which a lost love can be redeemed. At the hand of one's work. Renfield! How is he?
Quite well, sir. On his best behavior, not a thing out of the ordinary.
I told you to keep him to his madness. How can I study him if you allow him to revert to his sanity? Get out of my sight!
You've been crying.
What?
My Joseph! There's life there.
The spiders have nearly doubled.
I love them. I house them. The world feeds on the carcass of it. May I smell you? Please, please. Salt, I think. Salt and perfume. You too have been in the presence of life.
Oh, for God's sake.
And life tastes good, doesn't it, John?
You've trained a sparrow, I see.
Good bird. But why won't she marry?
What are you talking about?
I should brood, if I were you. I should brood and think of sporadic killings.
But why, Renfield? Why the eating of flies and spiders?
They are life. And they give life to me. I absorb it for them. Blood running into blood.
And the notebook?
No!
You must have a plan of some kind.
No!
First the flies, then the spiders, and then the sparrow. You have a plan! No! I shall solve you, Renfield. I shall solve the mad secret of your mind. I am not afraid of the world's most rampant complacency. To question is to discover. Men sneer at vivisection, and yet look at its results today. Why not, therefore, advance science into its most difficult and vital aspect, the brain? For if I held the key to just one lunatic, I might advance my own branch of science to such lofty esteems that Burns Sanderson's physiology would be as nothing.
And Miss Lucy would give you her hand.
Shut up!
May I have a kitten? Please. And I could feed it. Like a playful kitten that I could teach and play with and feed and feed and feed. No one would refuse me a nice little kitten, would they?
How is it you know her name?
Bird blood.
Tell me! Miss Lucy, how is it you know her name?
My master. My master told me.
Sweet Lena, I'm honesty of wonders. I think strange things which I dare not confess to mine own soul. There's something of a nightmare about this place, and I fear my superstitions may run riot within me. And the Count, my host, what manner of man is this? I feel the dread of his presence overwhelming me. I'm encompassed about with terrors that I dare not think of.
riding the waves, bounding about on the planet the earth.
It is he! He has come for me! The Master Master! What on earth is going on?
The storm, I think it's an awesome howl.
Renfield, what is it? My master grows near! Who are you talking about?
The bride maidens rejoice the coming of the bride.
When the bride draws nigh, the maidens shine not!
I think he's not gone.
I pray not. Homicidal mania and religious fervor would be a dangerous combination. What are you doing? I must be clean for my master! Your flies are gone. Your spiders are gone also. Look at me! Where have they gone? And what of your sparrow? Where is it? My God! Find him now!
All day and night, the digging, the constant digging. Oh, my far away me now. If only I knew what an old man. Craigwood's boxes have been hauled away. And for what reason? I fear I'm the only living soul within this place. And everywhere I turn, doors everywhere. All locked and bolted. I'm a prisoner.
Renfield, let her go!
And now I know me now. I know what the thing is for. Now I know I'm a sinner.
You'll be put in the world, I promise you!
Devil's in my head. I shall stand. I want your love. Goodbye.
It's just as they said. But what could have... No, it's too horrible to imagine. Did any of the crew survive?
Only a dog, they say.
A dog?
A large gray dog that's from the ship. Or so they say.
A wonder it made it to port in a storm like this.
A miracle.
Pardon my manners. I don't believe I know you. I'm John Seward.
You had the asylum, do you know?
Yes, I do. And you are?
Harker. Jonathan Harker.
Oh, Mr. Harker! A true pleasure. I believe I've heard of you from Miss Lucy Westerna. You're engaged, I believe, to her friend Mina.
Yeah. And you to Miss Lucy. I'm told she's very beautiful.
How odd to meet you here.
Where would you have us meet?
Well, yes. I suppose you're right. Good to, though, finally.
He was a righteous man. Is this, you suppose, what happens to a righteous man?
And this fact the strangest. He lashed himself to the wheel with his own rosary.
Yeah.
We'll never know, will we?
That depends, I suppose.
How do you mean?
On what you're hoping to know. Good day.
And then, I've told you enough. No, Mina, I must know.
Then I found you on the cliff, amid the rocks. It's a wonder you didn't fall. I wrapped you in a blanket and brought you home.
Mina!
You're fine now, and safe. I've sent for Dr. Seward.
Mina, you must, as my dearest friend, promise me this, that you will tell no one of these odd events, even my family. Promise me!
I promise.
And what of you? What news from Jonathan?
and still no word from him.
Dr. Stewart, ma'am.
Good morning, ladies. You must be Mina.
Good morning, Dr. Seward. Lucy commends your work, your skill as a doctor.
More minds have I treated than bodies, but I'll do what I can. How is she?
Weak and very pale. Please.
Hello, Lucy.
Hello again.
When did this begin?
The storm last night, I slept poorly.
Bad dreams?
Yes.
Can you tell me?
It's very vague.
Try, Lucy.
There was a dog howling,
A dog.
or many of them, seemingly hundreds of them, as though the whole town was full of them. And I seemed to be sinking in deep water, green water, and there was a singing in my ears.
Go on.
And then there was something very bitter and very sweet at once all around me. My soul seemed to pass away from me and float about in the air, and then Mina woke me and told me I'd been dreaming.
What is it, Dr. Seward?
There is a mark on your neck.
A mark?
A red mark, as though you'd been kissed there. Have you been?
No, John.
I'll begin with your blood.
My blood?
To assess its qualities, discover any malady that may reside within.
Do as he says now. Don't be frightened.
Miss Mina,
Yes.
may I have your hand? There we are. Give your right.
John,
Yes.
you're my true friend.
Mina, a letter has arrived for you. Shall I bring it in?
From where is it posted?
From the hospital, man. A bit of hat.
I'll be right there.
Mina, I pray the news is...
Save your strength. I'll see you when you wake. I thank you, Dr. Seward.
Keep a watchful eye, and be sure that she does not leave this room.
I won't.
Miss Mina, if I may. Early today, I had the pleasure of meeting your fiancé, Mr. Harker. He seems a fine man. What is it?
That's impossible. He's been out of the country.
Well, perhaps I just...
Until now, I've heard no word from him in weeks. Why would you say such a thing?
Miss Mina!
I'm so warm, John. Won't you please open the window?
Oh! I'm sorry, sir. May I help you?
Say it.
I beg your pardon?
This is the home of Miss Lucy. Is it no?
It is.
Say it. You're very beautiful. You know that, don't you? Please, do what I'm thinking. Say it.
You may enter.
Remember me, won't you?
Oh, yes.
Oh.
They say in a few days you will be well enough to travel. They gave me your things, but I couldn't find your briefcase among them. Only this. And I'm not sure whether this is... Jonathan?
Mina, we have spoken of trust between a husband and a wife. There should be no secrets, no concealment between us. I have been driven mad. For amid this torture, one gift, the loss of memory. I have no idea what happened to bring me here. I have no idea which things were real and which were the insidious dreams of a madman. The secret lies in here, in my journal. Take it, keep it, read it if you must. but never let me know. I do not wish to return to those bitter hours, those ghastly days. So unless solemn duty bids you do otherwise, keep this to your heart, Holy. And may this secret prove the final one between us, so long as we two shall be as one.
It's done now. Let's go home.
As are the servants. And Miss Nina too is gone. We're alone, sweet Lucy. Dr. Stewart has examined your blood and found it to be rich and healthy. I share his diagnosis.
What are you? What do you want of me?
I want your fear. For your fear, like a current, rushes through your body. Your fear makes your heart pound. It renders your veins rich and full. Your fear hemorrhages deliciously within you. Please, do what I'm thinking. It's only a dream. You've been sleepwalking again. And Miss Mina shall keep your secret. When you wake, you shall only remember the cry of a wolf and the crash of the sea.
I know that you are near! I await your commands!
Renfield, what is it?
And I pray you, dear master, please do not pass me by!
Who are you talking to?
When you distribute your glorious tidings, please do not pass me by! You're right.
What? Yes, listen to me now.
She promised to another. You keep watch. You maintain an avid ready.
I am not.
But we can wait. That we, Johnny, clever men that we are. We can wait for the riches to fill our cup. Do not forget me! We have one man, Johnny. We host a similar longing. You await her deep mysteries, as I await my master's gift.
I shall solve you, Renfield. I shall unearth the mad logic of your mind. Now I demand to know, who is your master?
We are men at the mercy of angels.
Dr. Stewart.
Not now!
It's Miss Lucy. She's sick.
The unexpected always happens!
You are my friend and master, and you know more about obscure diseases than anyone else in the world. You are a philosopher and a metaphysician, and the most advanced scientist of your day. You have an absolutely open mind, an iron nerve, a temper of ice, an indomitable resolution, and the kindliest and truest heart that beats. These things provide the equipment for the noble work in which you are doing for the good of mankind. I entreat you now, with all-embracing humility, to come to the aid of my dear, sweet Lucy, To be clear, I am not a slave to flattery. A person's reputation is the most imperfect science of all. I, for one, would love to meet the person whom young Dr. Sewickley describes. No. What swayed me was the blunt accuracy of his postscript. P.S. Do remember I once saved your life.
It's as though she's fading away, every day more pale and gasping for air.
Miss Lucy,